What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Life Creative. I'm your host, Peter Whittam. This episode is inspired by recent events, and it got me to thinking about it. For those of you who are watching this in the future, or maybe even you're watching this now and you don't know about this, there is a situation in America right now with Hurricane Ida. It was actually yesterday that it touched down in Louisiana and New Orleans, there, and now we're dealing with the consequences of it. I'm here in Texas, but there are a lot of people in harm's way there. So first of all, I want to say that our thoughts and prayers are with you all, and we hope that you are either managing to get through that and deal with this difficult period, and just know that we're all there to support you and help you out if needed. We are most definitely thinking of you. Now, that got me to thinking in this episode about protecting our stuff, right? And what I mean by that is, do you have a plan, a backup plan? Do you have anything in place to try and help, protect your work if something should happen? For example, I'm here in Tornado Alley, and so I have that threat. Obviously, it's nowhere near as likely as something like the consequences from a hurricane. But the idea being here is, do you have a plan? Have you thought about this? Now, for some of us, it's easier to deal with than others. For example, with my photography, because they're digital files, I have what we call an off-site backup, right? So I've got my backups here within my house, but I also have them stored up on the cloud so that if anything should happen to the files here, be it accidentally deleting them or the drive failure or something catastrophic, like somehow, something, hopefully it doesn't happen, but something happens to the house or the drive is stolen, anything like that, I have an off-site backup of my work so that I can pick up the pieces and carry on. And especially if it's historical value, like old photographs, family photographs, things like that, right, that are irreplaceable. Be thinking about a plan. How can I, what can I do to try and protect this in case something happens? And I hope that it never does, right? But, we have to think about these things, unfortunately. And just like the hurricane at the weekend, unfortunately, every so often we get reminders to pay attention to these things and to try and protect this stuff for not only the current generation, but future generations as well, right? And like I say, sometimes, even if it's a case of everything is stored in a protective container that is maybe fireproof, waterproof, something like that, to try and protect these memories and do the best we can to try and preserve those for now and for future generations. A bit of a somber episode, but it is something that we need to think about. Again, thoughts and prayers to everyone in the path of having to deal with the consequences of Hurricane Ida. We wish you all the best with that. And, for the rest of us, take this as a warning sign to think about, is my stuff protected? How can I protect my work? With that, we'll leave it there, and I will see you in the next episode.